Nothing feels better than running with naked feet.
My name's Randy Cryle. People call me Randy Cryle. Standard American diet, SAD, is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you might get. Obesity, erectile dysfunction, diabetes, osteoporosis, body odor, cancer, dandruff, coronary artery disease, low energy, stroke, heart attack, arthritis, asthma, nasal congestion, lactose intolerance, gastrointestinal distress, iron deficiency, chronic constipation, allergies, calcium deficiency, multiple sclerosis, diarrhea, high blood pressure, hyperparathyroidism, kidney stones, hip fractures, rheumatic diseases, cartilage erosion, mad cow disease, colitis, hyperinsulinism, E. coli, gout, memory loss, viral infections, tapeworms, depression, kidney disease, early aging, acne, psoriasis, macular degeneration, glaucoma, hemorrhoids, prolapsed bowel, cataracts. That's about it. Disease is not a very fun topic, but many can be avoided by avoiding SAD. We should be careful what we wish for, because thoughts are measurable things. We do tend to become what we think about most. So you want to focus on what you want. Gandhi said, live simply so others may simply live. To be lighter, leaner, and faster, I'd recommend eating what rabbits and birds eat. We're too sexy for our shoes. See you later.
Oh wow, all that stuff from before was recorded in May of 2012, early in my experiments in truth, and happy to say, glad to report that I was pretty much right on track there with all of it. The barefoot running, the sandal running, the plant-based diet, and even the reference to quantum physics and the law of attraction. So here is some hard evidence of results from all these experiments. When I was 56, last fall, I ran the Superior 100 in northern Minnesota with over 21,000 feet of climbing through the Sawtooth Mountains, a 103 plus mile point-to-point run. My goal there was to not only do it on a shoestring budget, but to do it with no shoes, no socks, no meat, no eggs, no dairy, and no pacer and no crew. Just me and the trekking poles and a lot of great volunteers. So truly, the longer I experiment with a 100% plant-based diet, the more I realize that all of us humans are more herbivores than carnivores. Us people have the teeth and jaws, digestive tracts, and body chemistry of herbivores. This is why we thrive so well on a whole foods, all plant-based diet. Therefore, consuming lots of meat, eggs, and dairy is effectively crapping where we sleep. The human health cost, the environmental damage from overconsumption of animal-based food source is one of the most important topics we should all be talking about. A lot has changed over the past 7 years, but it's only just a humble beginning, truly. The Impossible Burgers are super popular now at fast food places, and smaller restaurant owners can't even get any inventory due to the extraordinarily high demand for vegan burgers. On the downside, the Amazon rainforests are currently burning down in a catastrophic way. We have a commander-in-chief of the United States who does not believe in science, and the wealth and income gaps are expanding even more. Very, very much a stressor for most Americans. And the primary reason the Amazon rainforest is being burned down is to make room for more cattle production and the feed for those cattle. This is absolutely horrible news for most Americans and the environment globally. 7 years later, I still hope to convince more people to take up running or make running more of a core part of their lifestyle, and at least as importantly, for them to run minimally shod and on a plant-strong or all plant-based diet. The way we will get there is by teaching more people to feel good for a far greater percentage of their life, and this means taking a hard look at the word disease. Simply break that down to dis and ease. We need, well, what I've learned is we need to work pretty hard to live with ease. In other words, a lack of dis-ease. In other words, living with more ease means getting into more productive discomfort, pushing outside of the comfort zone. I would like to point out that we are still in the USA in a major health care crisis. Chronic diseases, man-made chronic diseases, are super high and super expensive, and the mental health care crisis in America is very real. But what's not being talked about in mainstream media is the fact that heavy consumption of meat, eggs, and dairy is highly correlated to suicidal depression. Our mental health is most definitely impacted by our food, which impacts our biochemistry. This shirt was just printed last week for the Gem City Shines Dave Chappelle block party in the Oregon district. Unfortunately, what prompted this event was a mass shooting in the Oregon district here in Dayton, Ohio, which resulted in 9 people being murdered with an assault rifle, plus the shooter being shot dead about 35 seconds into the rampage. The shooter was a young white man on illegal drugs and alcohol plus psychotropic drugs. Him and millions of more Americans take medication that affects brain function and brain chemistry. Maybe if we had more properly fueled people taking up running, we'd have less mentally disturbed mass killers. That is it for now. Happy trails.